Imagine being so uncared for that only 935 people would bother to comment and only 131,000 would bother to click the heart button on his photo. Remember, that's how many hearted it. Imagine how many people saw it. Probably millions. Coach Greg, in today's video, the painful downfall of Alex Eubanks. We're going to be going over a video by Big Craig, all about how Alex Eubank has lost his ways, how he's on a downward spiral. I'm going to see, is it actually true? Just because somebody says it's a painful downfall, is he actually on a painful downfall?
From becoming the #1 fitness influencer on TikTok and a role model for millions of young men to barely scraping 20,000 views a video on YouTube.
And so first things first, let's address, is he in fact barely getting 20,000 views per video on YouTube? Last video, 35,000 views. The video before that, 28,000. Video before that, 51,000. Before that, 89,000. And so last I checked, I know I'm gifted in math. I was a math teacher back in the day, and barely over 20,000, maybe like 21,000, maybe 24,000. But numbers like 51,000, 89,000, that doesn't seem to be barely over 20,000. And so I don't believe that's being honest. Alex's average views per video far above 20,000. In fact, I can't find any below 20,000. And to me, that is a lie, and you should not be lying about other people when you make videos about them.
Accusations of photo editing.
Next, accusations of photo editing. We all know that to be true. He's admitted it. And guess what that did? It made him more popular. I remember when this happened. I'd never heard of Alex Eubank, and I was told about this photo editing thing, and then I went and made several videos about him. I do believe because of the photoshopping, that made him even more popular than he hadn't done it. And so in my opinion, Alex Eubank could do nothing wrong. Everything was helping add to his popularity. And so I certainly don't think that editing his photos made him go in a downward spiral. In fact, I think it made him go on an upward spiral.
Accusations of photo editing, inauthenticity, and even steroid abuse have led Alex to losing almost all of his audience, who have flocked to a much newer influencer.
And steroid accusations, do you really think that me doing natty or nots on Alex made him go on a downward spiral? It did the exact opposite. Way more people knew about Alex Eubank because I made countless videos about him. The more videos I made on Alex, the more popular he became. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it or he wouldn't have done it on his own, but I do not think that me making videos on Alex led to him suddenly becoming less popular. In fact, I think it did the exact opposite. In the fitness world, drama sells. Have you not seen some of videos? I have hundreds of videos related to drama. I mean, the vast majority are educational videos, but guess which ones you like to see the most? And how many of you think that my channel is all about drama? Do you know why that is? Because you only watch the videos about drama. You don't watch the thousands of videos that are 100% related to weight loss, fitness, dieting, educational content. You skip on those. And you watch the drama videos. Oh, Coach Greg, he only does drama. For example, Mike Israetel probably thinks I only do drama. He hasn't watched my videos.
At various times calls himself Dr. Greg. He's not a doctor. If cheating at every sport you ever played makes you a doctor, dope. I got 8 PhDs in that case.
And so you're assuming certain things, but in reality, you're getting it all wrong.
Alex Eubank has suffered one of the biggest declines in recent years.
One of the biggest downfalls in recent years. I can name countless other channels, and I'm not going to say them because I don't want people to say, oh, it's Greg playing drama. He's putting all these channels down. But there are countless other channels that have lost far more views than Alex Eubank. And remember, it's December. How many people are thinking about, oh, I can't wait to go to the gym. I'm training harder than last time. Most people are thinking about candies, Christmas shopping, and going out and celebrating with their friends. They're not thinking about what I need to do to catch up on the gym, the latest training techniques, the diets, and so on. People are not dieting. Do you know when they start thinking about that? New Year's Day. New Year's Day, I'll start then. It's freaking the holidays. I'm not going to the gym. I'll pick it up in the new year.
In March of 2020, he uploaded one of his first training vlogs, outlining his leg day. In the description, he talked about how he's excited about almost reaching 500 subscribers, and also created an 8-week fitness program.
And so I think it's important to reflect back. He was extremely excited of when he hit 500 subscribers. 500. I remember when I hit 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, that was an amazing feeling. And when I used to get 10,000 views on a video, that felt absolutely out of this world. Couldn't believe 10,000 people would watch one of my videos. And so should Alex actually feel like he has a downward spiral? Only 20,000 views per video, of which we've discovered it's far higher than that. Do you really think that that's doing bad? Is that really a downward spiral? Are we really measuring a baseline of success of having millions of followers and having to get hundreds of thousands of views on every single video? I mean, if we have to all live up to that, not even Coach Greg, I can't live up to that. My videos get less views. It's December's Christmas. It's bound to happen. There's going to be periods in the year where you get more views and periods you get less views. The algorithm is you're going to push your videos to certain different types of people. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. There's nothing you can do about it.
Pretty much every comment from this time was, he has my dream physique, with most people in awe of his aesthetics and dreaming of one day looking like him, as he marketed himself as a clean and natural bodybuilder.
And so, yeah, of course, he has an amazing physique, many people's dream body. And so more and more people were following him on TikTok, then going to YouTube and Instagram. He was able to leverage his popularity with starting his own clothing brands. He's been sponsored by various supplement companies, clothing lines. He's making a ton of money. I certainly think he's continuing to make an amazing income, probably making more than 99.9% of the population. And so I don't think we could see as a downward spiral. Do we really think he's going to be living out on the streets? He has to sell his homes that he can't afford to pay the rent? Are you kidding me?
In a now deleted TikTok, which was subsequently posted to Reddit, the creator accused Alex of editing his photos using Photoshop and pointed out some damning evidence which Alex himself had posted.
And yeah, and that made him more popular. And remember why? Because I started and everyone started making videos about him, talking about it, and so he was in the limelight. Perhaps for not doing something amazing, but you can be infamous and leverage that to do something good. He's since stopped editing. He's not doing those things, and he's continued to become popular. And so I can't wait to watch the next video, the painful downfall of Coach Greg, because I'm looking at his Instagram, of which he has 2.8 million followers. That's 3 times more than I have. And on his last photo, remember, it was posted 18 hours ago as I look at this, 131,000 likes. 131,000 likes. I've never gotten that many likes on any photo I've ever posted in my life. And 935 comments. Wow, what a painful downfall. Imagine being so uncared for that only 935 people would bother to comment and only 131,000 would bother to click the heart button on his photo. Remember, that's how many hearted it. Imagine how many people saw it, probably millions. In comparison, a photo of me from about 2 weeks ago where I'm showing off my physique, which is what Alex is doing. And so remember, that's in 2 weeks. I got 18,000 likes. So Alex got nearly 10 times more likes than me in 10 times fewer hours. And so do you really think he's not popular? He's literally 10 times or more popular than I am. And I certainly don't think I've had a downward spiral. Oh my God, no one's watching Coach Greg. And so if Alex is on a downward spiral, so is almost every channel. Have you looked at my channel? Have you looked at Jeff Cavalier? And so why are we picking on Alex Eubank when he's continuing to excel? I would say, in fact, it's the opposite. Oh, he's at his worst? I would say he's at his best. I do believe he's probably making more money than ever before.
With the question on everyone's minds being whether he is natural or not.
And so I've talked about this about Alex in the past. The controversy sells. The more people are questioning you, the more people are going to watch your channel. Imagine if Mike O'Hearn actually came out and said, hey guys, I've been not natural for the last several decades, of which we all expect to be the case. Perhaps 5% of people are so gullible that they think he's 100% natural. But imagine if he just said, yep, I'm outing myself. Do you really think he would have the same amount of people talking about him? Perhaps for the first month, people are like, oh, I told you so, I told you this, I told you that. But after that, probably people would be far less likely to talk about him. Kenny KO wouldn't be approaching him at the Olympia saying, hey, natty or not, are you natural? Have you done HRT? He would stop doing it. And so he'd become less interesting. He would be less talked about, less views.
I'm about to hop on LGT, Rad140, Osterine, MK, and maybe some YK11 for my first cycle. What do you think will happen? This comment was left up for years and was only discovered around 4 months ago, with commenters going to the video themselves to see the evidence. Andrew Eubank's exposed, and Alex Eubank is juicing harder than freaking last time.
And so how popular was that comment? Let's see Andrew Eubanks do this. And so as you can see, I've discussed Alex Eubank several times in the past. He's talked about me. That only helps us both. Every time that Alex mentions me in a video, some people are going to say, hey, who's that Greg guy? I want to see what he said about him. We go back back and forth. It helps both of us.
Just as Alex's monthly views were dropping, another massive influencer was on the come up, and their monthly views contrast almost perfectly.
And so he brings up a great point. You can't be at your peak for views forever. No matter how great your channel is, no matter how interesting you are, eventually somebody else is going to come in, somebody new, and they're going to have some of the people go and watch them. It's inevitable. No matter how great the show is. For example, Friends, Seinfeld, eventually the show is not going to be on. People are excited. For example, Lost season 1, they're super pumped about it. By season 4, it's like, I've had enough of this. This is boring. So name anyone, eventually they're going to go down in terms of their views on YouTube. And what Alex Eubank is most known for, that's right, he has more followers on Instagram than YouTube. YouTube perhaps 1.27 million, I believe. And so over double the views on Instagram as he has on YouTube. You know who this reminds me of? Chris Bumstead. Chris Bumstead has over 22 million followers on Instagram, but only a bit over 3 million on YouTube. It's still a lot, still more than Coach Greg. And so in comparison, Chris has 30 times more followers on Instagram than I do, but not even twice as many on YouTube. And so depending on where your marketability is, some people it's more on YouTube, some people it's more on Instagram. That is going to ultimately dictate where you get your followers, where you make your income, and so on. And so for Alex Eubank, who is a younger role model, has an amazing physique, sells clothing, has his own clothing line, promotes supplements, more people are watching him on Instagram, and they are going to his website, buying his products, buying his supplements, and that is how he makes money. And so even though he has less views, not 20,000 per video, that's BS, but he has less views than he did before. That does not mean he's on the downward spiral. Is Chris Bumstead on the downward spiral? He gets way fewer views now on YouTube than he had ever before. Does that mean people are sick of Chris? Chris, downward spiral of Chris Bumstead. He won 5 Mr. Olympia titles. No one cares about him anymore. That's complete BS. You see his Instagram. He's got tons of views, tons of followers, tons of comments. He's a part owner in a supplement company. I'm certain he's making millions of dollars. And so if one were to make a video and say, Chris Bumstead, downward spiral, look at his views on YouTube, it'd be complete nonsense now, wouldn't it?
So me and Sam do not have beef at all. And while others might be like envious of that, I think that it is probably one of the best things to happen to the fitness industry.
And so Alex's opinion on Sam Sulek is the same as mine. We're not jealous. We're happy for him, proud of him for doing this. We have the same opinion. Perhaps many people may in fact go to taking performance enhancing drugs to achieve Sam's physique. After all, we've seen Sam's 230 plus pounds of muscle he's shredded. And now Sam, it's not his fault. He doesn't promote steroids. He doesn't talk about it. His physique does the talking. But if you know he's built his physique like that, you know he used performance enhancing drugs, of course it might influence some people to take it. That's no different than Chris Bumstead. Chris Bumstead is in no way promoting steroids. And in fact, I bet he's doing the opposite. But people know he's not natural. They see his physique, and so they're more likely to want to take it. Same as me. I'm on HRT. I'm certain that other people in their 40s are thinking, that Coach Greg guy's on HRT. Perhaps I want it. I'm not telling people you should take HRT. I'm not saying not to take it. I'm just being open, honest, transparent.
I guess the only somewhat of a drawback is that, and it's not even like Sam's fault, he's literally just doing what he loves and documents it, is that like a lot of the kids who follow him, which I know a lot of kids who follow me, they can be like kind of manipulated pretty easy to where I'm more worried about these younger guys hopping on steroids because they look up to someone like Sam.
And so Alex is simply worried that some people may hop on steroids because they look up to certain individuals, and I do believe that's a legitimate concern. And if people said, hey, Coach Greg, one of the criticism for you is I believe that your channel promotes steroid use because you've spoken about it in the past. I get that. I understand that. I see where you think that. There's nothing I can do about it. And so for some people, they perhaps did take steroids because of something I said in a video. But to the same extent, I know for a fact, as I get these every day, people write me and say, I don't take them because of what you did in your videos. I was about to take it and I decided not to because of what you said in X video, Y video, etc. No matter what video you do, there's going to be some pros and some cons. For example, when I do a natty or not video, many people are going to say, oh, those videos are overrated. They're horrible. You shouldn't think about that. Some people are going to say they're underrated. You need to do more of them. And so some people watch my videos and say, I'm not going to take performance enhancing drugs because I know that that person didn't do it natural. And so I'm going to stick to being natural and keep going. Had they not watched that video, perhaps they would have taken it thinking there's something wrong with them. And so depending on the person, a video could be positive or it could be negative. And some people are claiming it's a downward spiral because he promotes too many supplements. Well, so what? I promote supplements. I got G-Test, Seco bars. I've got all kinds of supplements. G-Test can increase your natural production of testosterone by up to 200 to 400 nanograms per deciliter. But is it really bad? Is it bad to try to make money? Is it bad that I'm trying to sell these supplements or Alex trying to sell clothing line? How is that bad? How is it bad that we're trying to make money? And so you have the choice. You don't need to buy this. It's not like you're forced to buy it. We're not shoving it down your throat. You can buy it if you want. Don't buy it if you don't want. And if you are interested in my supplements, of course, use code Greg for 10% off. Click the link in the description.
His engagement on platforms such as Instagram is still great, but he needs to translate that into his videos or he risks fading into obscurity.
And so if he's saying Alex Eubank is on a downward spiral because he's getting less views on YouTube, then I'm looking forward to his video on Chris Bumstead, who's doing the exact same thing. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video. Did you enjoy this video? If you did, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to watch one of those 2 bloops. And of course, you can get my amazing cookbook, the Circle Diet book, the freaking training books. I've got 3 of these. There's so many books, PDF, hard copy. Get over to the website. Don't forget my clothing line as well. Also, coaching plans by me and my team. Interested in any of those things, you enter code Greg to give you 10% off. And until next time, I am out.